Years of work to bring thousands of jobs to West Tennessee came down to one decision right here in Nashville. Some experts say checking to see if your child is involved in anything inappropriate like sexting can be as easy as using Google. Just go to Google's website and type in your child's name or cell phone number, put quotation marks around it, click search, and you might find photos and videos of your child you didn't know existed. According to family members, Jason and Chelsea were last seen here Thursday night at Hillview Manor Apartments. Days later, Chelsea's iPhone was found, leaving everyone fearing the worst.
This is ABC 7 Eyewitness News. Good morning, West Tennessee.
I'm Beth Phillips. Thanks for joining us. Still to come this morning, Homeland Security Secretary Janet Napolitano comes to the volunteer state to see firsthand the damage left behind from last week's storms.
Plus, police are investigating a possible shooting at a West Jackson apartment complex.
But before we get to those headlines, we'll first check in with meteorologist Mike McAvoy in the Weather Center for a look at this morning's forecast. Good morning, Mike. The ASPCA, or American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, has set up in Dyersburg behind the Humane Society to help rescue, clean, and care for displaced animals. This picture shows two workers cleaning a chicken caught in the floods. The ASPCA are also caring for household pets like dogs, cats, and birds. So far, they are caring for about 70 animals. Following last week's deadly storms, the massive cleanup effort is still underway. And this weekend, Homeland Security Secretary Janet Napolitano made a visit to Nashville to see the damage firsthand. Napolitano urges those affected by the flooding to seek help from the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA. She says the federal government has already approved more than $4 million in individual assistance. Flood victims have already turned in more than 14,000 applications, but Napolitano says not everyone can be helped.
Guilt for not catching it earlier. You question every decision that you make.
The 16-year-old accused of raping her son is her cousin, her son's second cousin.
We feel betrayed. The family member that did this, we loved, we included. We felt like there should be a certain level of respect there that wasn't there. But we're not talking about two 8-year-olds or two 16-year-olds or even close to that. We're talking about a victim that was half the age of the perpetrator.
The mother shares the most difficult part of this experience.
I think the thing that most upsets us is the public reaction. We have to worry about who finds out and how that's going to affect our child. There's a certain stigma that surrounds the victims. Even though they're the innocent party, you still have to worry about whether people will still let their friends play with your child. You have to worry about walking into Walmart and getting looks of pity.
She also believes punishment for a crime such as this should be strong.
Considering the fact that there's been at least 3 victims and considering the fact that this has gone on longer than a one-time incident, I think the penalty should be a little harsher than a slap on the wrist. He did become a predator, and my son was the victim of that. So it's both. It's criminal and it's an illness, and I think he needs to be treated for the illness but punished for the crime.